Hold on. Okay, so the shuffle is currently broken, so we're just gonna do the old-fashioned shuffle, I guess, and then skip whenever a not good one comes on, I guess. I don't know. So, yeah. You may have recognized the title a little bit, who knows, but what we're gonna do is a little bit of an unorthodox thing. Hold on. Is the book and quill in here? It is. Where the heck is the end portal? Let's see, the Hell Center, the Nether portal exit. Oh wait, I actually know where the end portal is. Hold on. I need vines. I need a lot more vines, actually. Because weeping vines are the ones that go down, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to use weeping vines to go below the end, and we're going to do some cool stuff, I guess. I think we're probably going to get like 2 stacks, maybe. Anyway, the reason I'm doing this now is because in the future, we're going to need to use map pixel art for some of our builds. Why is there a chicken in the nether? How did you even get here? So yeah, we're going to use map pixel art. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to make the pixel art with maps over the void in the nether. Or the end, because, you know, the end is literally just free real estate. So I got to make the entire floor out of glass. I will transport villagers there eventually to make the process of getting more glass a lot easier. But yeah. I mean, I could just use the nether roof as well. But another thing with glassing the end as opposed to doing it on the nether roof is that doing it in the end doesn't really conflict with anything. The nether could be used as like a transport hub with boats and stuff. So if I have to do that, then that's going to interfere with my transportation systems. Because you better believe if I'm doing another transportation system, I'm doing it on the roof. So, yeah. There's a portal down there? What is that portal to? Oh, no, that's another, yeah, that's... Is that the other portal? Hold on. What portal is this? Oh, it's this portal. Right. Anyway. I need to get out of here. It would be nice if I knew where I was, but I don't, so... Okay, I know where I am now. Okay, this path down here will lead us to the portal. Yep, right there. Yep, here we are. Shears. No, that's the book and quill, that's the shears. Actually, hold on. Respawn point. Backpack upgrade. Tool. Tool. That's... Gonna break it. Nope, just to confirm, respawn point set. Respawn point set. Okay. Here we go. Do I not have a path to the end? What? I actually don't have a path there. Okay, actually, hold on. I can do this. I didn't want to carry these wines. Okay. Wrong thing. I guess I take the glass. Okay, I take the glass this time, I guess. Now I guess I just need a lot of bone meal. Oh, we die again. I sure hope that everything is fine when we get back. Okay, okay, so we no longer have our thing. Hello, Voidless. Welcome to the stream. I'm trying to remember what my inventory setup was like. What went here? Something went here. I don't remember what it is. Oh, it's the bed. Okay, there we go. Now I need to go get a bunch of bone meal. Do I need more torches? Yeah, definitely. Anyway. Oh, wrong way. Whoops. Here we go. Yep, now I need to go get my billion things of bone meal. I also need to buy more glass, because I need more glass. Okay, bone meal acquired. I have this path and I'm just not going to use it. Who cares? You have glass? Gimme. Glass. You have glass? You have glass. Give me that. And neither of them have glass. Okay. Took over Sweden to make an oil platform. I wonder how what are they called? The Swedish? Swedish. Wonder how they feel about that. I really hope I don't die. If I fall into the void with all of my stuff, I should have reset my spawn point, actually. I'm gonna go do that. But yeah. I like how there's also no point to actually, like, you know, making an oil platform, because oil just straight up doesn't exist. So you just did that solely for the purpose of creating pollution for no reason. Just to send a message, you know. God, I always get turned around here. Okay. You live in your oil rig? I mean, if you're gonna make it, might as well use it for something, right? I can't even... Nope. That's why I have the chest plate, because now I can mash spacebar without flying. Or a 2x2 shed by Venezuela. That's pretty good. Okay, please keep my glass. Thank you. This is why I fell out of the world, by the way, because for some reason it deleted whatever path I had, if I even had one. I'm just gonna finish making this real quick. I'll make, like, an actual thing later. Oh yeah, I was also gonna kidnap some shulkers, but I'm gonna do that later. So now that I've done this, I need to go put literally everything except the glass back, and then... Well, I can put the bone meal back, I guess. And the base hull. Okay. Now we go back to the end portal again. Funny enough, I actually kind of forgot where the end portal was. I don't have it in my book of locations, so it's a good thing I just made this giant tunnel. It's like the most I've used the end portal since I got my elytra. Okay. Get this out. Ender chest. I still need that. Respawn point set. And now we go into the end. I should really get my coordinates out here. Well, that's just great. It's nice to know that shifting works on vines. That's great. I love that. Wow. Ah, that actually worked. Well, now I need to go get a bunch more glass. See, this is why you put all your stuff in an ender chest. Hey, wait a minute. I can't actually get back up. Well, guess I'll just die. I've died more times today than I have in the rest of my entire playthrough. I don't need that. Actually, I need to get the ender chest, put it in that. And now I need to go spend like a bunch more emeralds on glass. So much for all those stacks I had. I really should have gone in with like only a couple glass and then gone back with all the stacks of it, but you die and you learn, I guess. At least I still have all my tools and armor. Okay. Sure, like... Take your entire stock again. This guy has 2 mending books, by the way. He has one that costs 10 and one costs 16. What a guy. Okay. 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 And now... Now we get to do the exact same setup again. I'm not taking any chances with my tools, by the way. I'm going in with nothing but glass. Yep. See, I'm wearing my tuxedo and everything. Business is booming. Alright, I need the pickaxe. Alright. If I lose all this glass, I'm gonna be upset. Ow. Okay. I'll pick that up later, who cares? And this wood is going to go into the abyss. Goodbye, wood. Oh, you wanted to live? Okay. You didn't. All right. And now we just build this way, I guess. Because when I eventually mine out the entire end island, you know exactly what's going to happen. I'm going to fall down to my death. Can you not do that? All right. Look at it. It's incredible. I'm so happy. I can't believe this worked. I was so skeptical of my own success. You can go a block lower? That changes the meta. I should probably make sure I can actually get back up. I imagine that's going to be pretty important. I'm probably going to need to stop holding shift because my finger's getting tired. Oh. Toggle sneak. There we go. There we go. We're fine. Keep away from the shift button. Keep away from the shift key. Don't do it. You won't believe how tempted I was to press shift there. Jumping is also a bad idea. I'm not sure I appreciate the creepy music doing this, but... oh well. I get to build over to the other pillars. Oh, that's actually so cool. This is actually, like, unintentionally the coolest building thing I've done on this file so far. Bridging around the void with glass. It's honestly super cool. See, why play Skyblock if you can have Void Block, you know? I don't even know if I can get up. actually. Dude, I hate vines. They're so annoying. Did that work? It worked! Ha! I get to keep my 21 levels. Let's go. What? What do you mean it was obstructed? Where am I? Shoot, where the heck am I? You saw me set my spawn at the bed, right? Bruh. Okay, okay, hold on. Hold on. Let's try and figure out where we are. Where the heck am I? I actually don't recognize this place. Okay, there are a few things I can find that will tell me where I am. So, alright. I guess we're gonna make a boat, and then we're gonna go try and find where we are. Man, I really should have made a nether portal at 0, just so I could have a way to get around fast. In case this kind of thing ever happened. Okay. Okay, there's multiple ways we can find our way. I don't recognize that village at all. I kind of do want to head this way, though. It's either that way or this way. Because my base is in a savanna next to a jungle. However, the specific area that it's at is completely unrecognizable compared to this. I don't know if I've ever been here before. Am I gonna need to pull up a VOD to find the heck I am? Another village. Okay. Maybe this will give me some clue as to where I am. If I've looted this village before, then I have been here. That doesn't help me too much, but it does help. I haven't looted this village. It's bad. It's very bad. We're in the wrong way. We went completely the wrong way. Okay, I want to say the second number should be negative. Or the third number should be negative. I want to say negative 1,200 is about where we should be aiming. I don't know if this is right, but I want to say that it's about 500 negative 1,200. I don't know why I went this way then, but... No idea where I am. If we find the tub, then we know where we are. If we find the creeper farm, we know where we are. If we find any landmark whatsoever, I know exactly where I am. Yeah, I'm actually gonna go look this up because I don't want to spend 15 years looking for my base, so... No idea where I am. I guess I'm gonna stop here for now. Hold on. Okay, I actually found one of the things. Come on, please. Okay. Negative 2,000. Positive 500. So, I was going the wrong way again. That means I was going the right way the original time. Note to self, build a nether portal at spawn. Anything useful in here? Goat horn, bottle o' enchanting. I'll take the chest too, why not? I was hoping there would be iron so I could get a bucket so I could make another portal, but luck is not on my side. So there's the jungle that I spawned in, I guess. Or spawned at. Spawned next to. Whatever it's called. There's a lava pool again. Mocking my lack of a bucket. There's iron here. I'm just gonna... No? Okay. Thanks. Thanks, game. I appreciate that one. The game is just mocking me. I hate it. Speedrunners could never. So heading along this river is probably the best idea, because we need to get to negative 2,000, so anything that gets us a long distance is going to be very beneficial. Ironically, I think this dark oak forest is where the portal is. Or the end portal, I mean. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe it's not. It is in a dark oak forest, though. I guess I can head a little bit this way, but this thing doesn't turn around soon. Okay, there we go. Is this where the city is? That's a village up there. I have no idea how far away I am. There's another portal there. What? There's just a... Why is there another portal floating in the air? Tells me I'm close to something. This is the city! Oh my god! Okay, so I know where I am now. Yeah, I know where I am now. God. Bruh. We just gotta follow this river. Okay. Yeah, no, we gotta go this way. Because there's a... This is the river that cuts off the city from the main area. So Iron Valley is this way. I just realized I never built a way to get to the portal that leads to the... Or actually, no, that's the wrong portal. There's no way to get to the portals that are connected to the city without an elytra. But there is a way to get to the portal connected to the end portal without using an elytra. Yeah. Okay, the first thing we should probably see is the concrete converter thing. This is the river. Come on, come on. Bruh, how far is it? Right, it's negative 2,000 about. Yep, there's the farm. There's the converter up in the sky. That's the pumpkin farm over there. We found it. We found it. There's the sheep thing over there. This is the one side I didn't build a bridge to, by the way. Let's just ignore this. Ignore the golem sitting on top of there. See, there's a reason I call this Iron Valley. I give you like 5 guesses as to why, and the first 5 don't count. Let's go. We're back. Actually, wait. I don't need to be here. I need to go up here. Is it made of iron? The beacon is. God, if I went all this way just to die here, that would be so embarrassing. And frustrating. Luckily I cleared out a lot of the lava here, so... we made it! Dude, it hasn't even been an hour yet and I'm already exhausted. I never placed the bed. I'm stupid. No, I don't need to reset my spawn at base. It'll be fine, said Cattail. I'll just set my bed spawn back at the portal. It'll be fine. Yeah, like 30 minutes later. God. Gonna make an underwater city? Where did I get a second ender chest? Oh right, there's an ender chest in the ender chest, just in case. I always forget. Okay. Let's head home. Yeah, good luck with the underwater city. I know from experience, water is not fun mechanic. Anyway, I'm gonna go set my spawn, and then I'm gonna go to 0-0 and build a portal there. Playing with cheese so I get infinite water breathing. The water breathing is not the problem. Believe me. Gonna be awkward. Okay. How much obsidian do I have? Okay, one. So yeah, let's just go for the flyover tour now. Impaling 5 kills, drowns with 1 hit. That's pretty good. But yeah, this way, so this way is towards the city. So it's interesting to note that the city is technically in between the valley and spawn. Because the city is right here. And it's in progress, but deforestation was a thing. And it still is going to be a thing. But yeah. Right here looks good. There we go. What? Where the heck is this? Oh. So the city portal's over there. The bridge leads down here. And then all the way up here is my new portal. Wow. I hate the Nether, dude. Okay, so theoretically, though. Theoretically, you could go down here. Go this way. And then you'll find the pathway. Okay. So it does work. It's just completely scuffed and ruined and broken. Anyway, where the heck am I? I'm at the wrong zone, aren't I? You go this way. Yep, this is the one. Alright, so now that escapade is over and done with. I need to go back to the end. But I'm going to do so after I get more glass and I set up a water elevator. And I need fence gates. Do I have any fence gates? I don't. Oh well. I need 4 fence gates, which is 8 wood. I've got 7 planks. Very upsetting. You hate to see it. Yeah. Ow. I'm gonna grab just 4 stacks of glass, I think. That's close enough. Alright. Just for when I get back. Respawn point set. Okay. Here we go. If I fall and die and lose everything, I'm gonna be so mad. I won't have lost the dragon head, but I will have lost like a ton of netherite stuff and an elytra, and that's gonna suck. I'm going to widen this. I forgot to bring the soul sand. Sucks to be me, I guess. I am taking no chances. So yeah, I forgot to bring the soul sand, so that kind of sucks. I only lost a heart and a half from that. It's pretty cool. Don't mind me just widening the platform even more, so there's even less of a chance of death. Okay. I'm out of glass. I'll mark that with a torch, just so I know. What Y level is this at? 60, huh? I use tough blocks, I forgot about that. So now the end platform has a proper bridge. And everything is going to be great. Yep, I thought so, game. It wanted to so bad, I know it. Is there endstone in one of these? There is. Oh, I still have that chest. Boom. So I died an additional 4 times. I actually want to see the statistics. What is it? Where's my deaths? Sugar box is over 2,918. Oh my god. Dropped like 1 billion pumpkins. How is stone pickaxe still 3rd? Oh my goodness, dude. How is stone pickaxe still 3rd? That's insane. It's been so long since I've used a stone pickaxe. I broke a diamond pickaxe before. That feels bad, actually. Anyway. I have no idea how we got spawned out here. What? How did you get out too? Jeez, dude. No idea how they got out. Give me all that. It's everything but the hoe, I guess. I will take those 11. And they'll add a couple more to them. Anyway, now that that's done, bro, this iron golem really just went on my bridge. Get off my bridge. You're now drowned. He'll make his way out of the river eventually. Okay. So we gotta put away the crossbow. I think we head back to the tub and we do some of that. Alright, to the tub we go. I'd like to get a trident one of these days. Let's head over here and get some gravel, though. Oh, a thunderstorm. How fortuitous. Gonna need all the gravel we can get. all of this. Okay, that should be enough gravel. Yeah, earlier, this was the ocean I thought we were going to head to. That didn't happen. Welcome to the tub. No, what was it? This. Yeah, the insane method. Yeah, see, the breathing is not the problem. It's going to be using all those sponges to clear out this place. Gravel's the worst. Alright. hitboxes. Yes. Okay, there we go. What was the area I was draining? What one was it? Oh, this one. Right. Well, got my work cut out for me. Yep. When this is done, though. When this is done. Finally. Hitbox doesn't even cover my head, dude. See, I'm just thinking, like, even if I just, like, spend an hour each stream on this, it'll get done eventually. And that's all I just need is motivation, is that it'll get done eventually. All right. Alright. Not a very good turnaround, but kind of expected with these larger modules. See? There we go. Alright. Even more. Like, what commentary am I supposed to provide here? All I'm doing is sponging the water. That do be how it go, though. Hold on. Alright, yeah. I guess I could talk about the new Altverse update. PvZ 2 Altverse, great mod, great mod. It just dropped Jurassic Marsh. Jurassic Marsh is by far my least favorite world in base PvZ 2, and it's also my least favorite world in Altverse. Not very surprising. I have a lot to say about it. I guess I'll start with... actually, I'll start with the Valen Brains event that they added. So before I don't know if this is specifically because they saw one thing I did one time in a poll, probably not. But I did mention I'd love to see the Valen Brains holiday more fleshed out. And after that, they added the Love Spreader and Assault Dove. So I thought that was as good as we were going to get, and we were going to be stuck with the 5 garbage Hearts of Flesh levels. But then they came out with more, which is a little weird because I thought that the what is it? The hero one was going to be the last one. But you know what? It's cool. I'm happy they decided to add more holiday levels because they're fun. And more content is more content, you know? So, the new machines, I don't really like them that much. I think they're too restrictive on where you can place plants on the field. They aren't interesting enough to warrant that restriction. And they are only really annoying. They're not very threatening. Like, I get what they were going for, but I don't agree with their philosophy there. You'll find I don't agree with a bit of things that they had to do. But, yeah. Daisy Chain, one of my favorite plants in Reflourished. I never really got to use it in Base Fusion 2, but I love Daisy Chain. Even though I'm probably never really going to play Reflourished again. Like, the only reason I would play it is for Daisy Chain, and, well, sucks to be Reflourished now, because I'm never going to play it again. Yeah, not a big fan of 50 Sun meta, but Daisy Chain is here, and it's completely broken beyond, like, it's not broken beyond repair, but it's completely broken in the most fun and hilarious ways possible. So, no complaints from me there. Now, for the sake of game balance, they probably should tone it down, but, like, it's so fun. Being able to just perma-stall Gargantuars is really stupid, but it's great. You know, they should really add the Giga Gargantuar for modern day whenever they end up adding that. Let's see. Anything else I want to talk about before Jurassic Marsh? The new zombies, aside from Jurassic Marsh. I mean, Love Spreader and Assault Dev are already there. I think Love Spreader's whatever. I hate the not okay corral level they added. I hate that one. Like, I get the concept, but why is Weasel there? It makes it very annoying. Why is Chefster there? Makes it even more annoying. But anyway, yeah. The Hearts of Flesh new levels, or whatever it's called. The, like, Continuing Love. Don't know what it's called, but they're, fine, I guess. I don't see myself replaying any of them, really. The last one was kind of funny because I just spammed Infinite for the whole thing, and then they just couldn't even get to the machines in the first place, and then they died, and it was pretty, unintended, but also funny. So, that's my experience with the holiday levels. Acid Lemon is also completely broken. They definitely overtuned it. It used to be the worst plant in the game, and now it's one of the best. I don't think it's the best, because Sunflower is, like, right there. Hello. But, it is one of the best now. And that makes it pretty ridiculous. Because it was supposed to be good against armor, and now it's good against everything. Like, the thing shreds Gargantuars. It's dumb. So, yeah, Acid Lemon. Is there anything else really to talk about aside from Jurassic Marsh? Well, this was not a huge update. I guess there's some new Pot Breaker levels, which I liked 2 of them. I didn't like one of them. Oh, the Invaded Neon Mixtape Tour levels. I'm gonna be honest. Like, Invaded levels are kind of whatever to me. And these ones weren't that bad. Like, in terms of a difficulty standpoint, even though they said it was going to be, like, particularly evil with the arcade machine one. But that one, I had more trouble with every single level in Jurassic Marsh than I did with that one. And I mean every, well, not every level, but definitely every X level. So, the Invaded levels, like, kind of fine. I think the second one was actually really well done, implementing the Jurassic Marsh plants in there. So, yeah. Props to the dev team for those, I guess. What else do we got? I think that's it. So now we get to talk about Jurassic Marsh. Oh boy. Let's start with the positives. I really like most of the new plants. Well, I'll say half the new plants. Not most. But I like Primal Sun, even if it completely murdered Twin Sunflower, is really nice. It's just a triplet sunflower. So, however you would imagine a triplet sunflower is just Primal Sun, basically. And that's fine. It's good. We love that. Primal Sun is great. Primal P, they removed the knockback. I think that's perfectly fine. The stun is really fun to mess with. And if you can just stun lock it pairs especially well with like Snow Pea Submergement. It's just fun. Cold Snap is alright. I like Primal Walnut. It's not like in PvZ2 where it's completely broken, but it does still resist Garg Smashes, which is nice. It has lower health overall, which is fine. I wish it recharged a little faster, but it's good. I like Primal Walnut. And Primal Mine is also good. Yeah, it's just a nice alternative early game plant. It's good against like large hordes of small zombies as opposed to, you know, big zombies like the other 50 Sun early game plants. Unfortunately, it doesn't combo with the carrot like the others, but it is a mine, so that was to be expected. So yeah, Primal Mine is a good pick. It doesn't one-shot gravestones, unfortunately, but I'm willing to let that slide because it's just fun and nice. And it didn't power creep Potato Mine. Oh my god. Potato Mine is still actually useful because Potato Mine can kill buckets while Primal cannot. Even if I do vehemently disagree with the balancing choice to let Primal kill or let base Potato Mine kill buckets, but that's a different discussion. Now for the rest of the plants. Perfume Shroom I have no opinion on. I haven't used it at all. I beat the entirety of Jurassic Marsh without even touching it. I guess that just tells you that it doesn't really need to exist, but it's kind of just there because, well, as Jurassic Marsh, it's kind of got to be, if it's going to be there, it's got to be there, and, you know. Cold Snap. I have issues with Cold Snap. It is just a bad staller. It doesn't really... It has negative uptime on its chill. Which you would think, oh, that makes sense. You're supposed to combo it with other Cold Snaps. But the way that their attack patterns overlap tends to make it so that there's still just time where the zombies aren't chilled. It's also outranged by Fire Breather, which is in Jurassic Marsh, so sucks to be Cold Snap, I guess. It's just outclassed by Snow Pea and Sapling in like every single way. Like if you want a close range staller, just use Stalia. Like it's completely better in basically every scenario. And that way you also get to save your, you know, CQC for something else. Like Fat Beat or Bonk Choy or something actually useful. I should use Bonk Choy more. But, yeah. So, Cold Snap exists, I guess. It feels like Cold Snap was, like, tested in a weird way. I don't know how to describe it. there's just something off with the balancing of Cold Snap. I don't know what it is. I'm not exactly sure, like, what specifically it is, but there's just something off with it. If it had full uptime on the chill, then it would be really good. So, maybe just like a sudden cost increase up on the chill time, but, yeah. Kiwi Beast. I have issues with Kiwi Beast. Its health feels too low. For a 450 cost plant, one of the most expensive plants in the mod, it feels very difficult to get set up. It's gimmicky, I guess is the way to put it. And not in the fun kind of way, like iCarrot, or like most of the primals, I guess. But in that kind of, you know, I want to be cool, but I'm just not kind of way. That's the vibes I get from Kiwi Beast. Like, I tried pairing it with Aloe, but the thing is that you can't get a full column of Kiwi Beast. I guess you could pair it with Garlic. Garlic strats with Kiwi Beast might be good. I will have to try that, but I don't know. If I'm gonna do Garlic strats, I'm just gonna run E-Current, right? Garlic strats with E-Current and Kiwi Beast, maybe? I don't know. I'll have to try it, but Kiwi Beast just feels very niche for its sun cost. I don't know, something like Magnet or E-Current is just so much cheaper that it doesn't feel like a chore to bring them. And it's something with a higher sun cost. I guess it reminds me of Laser Beam a lot. Which is not a good comparison, because Laser Beam is also not super good, because it... Well, Laser Beam has different problems, but... Yeah. I'm forgetting one, right? There's the 4 primals. There's Perfume Shroom, Kiwi Beast, Cold Snap. What's the last one? I'm just completely blanking on what it is. Okay, so Primal P, Primal Sun, Primal Walnut, Primal Mine, Cold Snap, Kiwi Beast, Perfume Shroom. What is the 8th plant? What is the 8th plant? Am I gonna need to look this up? Because I just am blanking on what it is. I'm actually gonna look this up. Oh, Garlic. Garlic, that's right. Garlic strats are a thing. Well, Primal Garlic, I should say. But it's just Garlic. But Garlic strats are a thing, finally. Yay! E-Current can finally be meta again. Everybody liked that. Yeah. The Garlic is Garlic. It's good. I like him. He's fun. It works very well in specific strats. Yeah. Primal Garlic's fine. I'm just gonna call him Garlic. Ain't nobody care about Primal Garlic, dude. It's just Garlic. It's the same exact thing. The only difference is that it uses plant food on the planet. So... yeah. So Garlic is good. So, yeah, a little over half the plant's pretty good. I like it. I like it. Now we get to the zombies, which, for some reason they have increased bite DPS, which they didn't need considering they already get thrown billion miles per hour into your lawn by dinosaurs and by other specials, but whatever. Jurassic Bully actually feels really threatening, despite not having a ton of health and not being a huge threat, which is weird. So, yeah. He's there. He's annoying because he prevents Cattail from being, like, really good, but what can you do? Still weak to Crocus, though. Yeah, so, Bully. And then we get to the other guys. The bone guy, I don't know his name. I'll just call him, like, Necromancer. So, Necromancer summons bone piles. He isn't a threat. He's just there. He exists. He's like salad dressing. Well, I wouldn't even say that because salad dressing makes or breaks a salad a lot of the time. No, he's more like... Oh, sorry. The microphone got a little bent out of shape there. He's more like... he's there. He exists. He's like throwing kale next to lettuce. Or I should say lettuce next to kale because kale is superior. But it's there. Like, you can notice the difference, but I don't know. He's good, I guess. I really like... I guess I'll lump it Bronto in with him, but I really like the Egg Pusher Imp. He feels extremely threatening, but also easy to deal with. But he's not so easy to deal with to where you can ignore him. So that's just like a good zombie right there. You know? That's a really good zombie class. We like Egg Pusher Imp. Egg Pusher Imp is cool. Unfortunately, I think that's where my compliments end. So let's start with Cheese Roller. I get the reason for the high speed, but why does its bite DPS need to be so high? Like, I actually don't have a problem with its ability, and not so much with its speed. But it's just annoying. Because it shreds through your front line in 2 ways. And that feels a little excessive, you know? It feels like they could have just not done that. And it would have been fine. Like, if Cheese Roller had normal DPS, nobody would be complaining that it feels too weak as a threat. So, I don't know why it has increased DPS, but sure, I guess. Then we get to Fire Breather. Why? They're like... Why are they here? Like, a genuine question, why are they here? It doesn't feel like a clever inclusion, or like there's a lot you can do with them. It's just, gets knocked into your defense, insta-kills 2 plants. Oh, you gotta go replant those, and then he's dead, and he does nothing else. It's like a 1 step up from just an ambush that kills your plants. But it's a more annoying because it's like preventable, but it's preventable in the way where it's like you're running chill or you're getting destroyed. And even if you run chill, if you're running Cold Snap, you're gonna get wrecked anyway, so... And if you're running Winter, you might get wrecked anyway. So yeah, you just gotta run Snow Pea. That's why Snow Pea is best. Everybody likes Snow Pea. Yeah. That's Fire Breather. The real problem, though, is the dinosaurs. I'm gonna skip Stego because I don't have a problem with them. I guess I don't really have a problem with T-Rex either. Other than the fact that T-Rex plus Terra is stupid and I hate it, and why does it work like that? But, whatever. It's only really happened to me once. So, I guess it's whatever. It's not fine, but I'm not going to waste time complaining about it. We can start with Taro, though. Taro is frustrating in a way that's hard to describe. It's like, you know it's coming, but there's not very much you can do about it, and your options to counter it are either way too extreme, or it's not good enough. Which is an interesting way to put it, but it is how I feel about it. Like, even just a basic that gets put back there, either you have something to counter it, like, you know, Crocus, or you're running Pumpkin, or Explodovine, or you just lose to it because you're already trying to counter like 4 other dinosaurs, and Taro is just there being a jerk. So you leave it alone, and then like 90% of the time it doesn't even matter. But that 1% of the time where it actually activates is the most annoying thing ever. That's Taro. Raptor. I never really liked Raptor at all. It's just why? Why would you be like that? I changed it to column 4 instead of column 3, but column 4 is still 1 column too far. So, whatever. Also, it has a tendency to kick zombies multiple times in a row because kicks go, like, not as far. So, I guess it's, like, basically the same thing as vanilla, but it feels bad in a way that vanilla doesn't, because it just combos more easily. So whenever Raptor shows up, you just, like, acknowledge it as a big threat, but there's not much you can do about it. At least it doesn't kick Gargantuars. Stego. I actually didn't really have a problem with Stego in base PvZ2, but in Altverse I have a problem with it knocking zombies into column 4 sometimes. It's really inconsistent, but it can happen. And when it does happen, you're just like, dude, I, like, prepared for it going into column 5, why is it in column 4? And you just get frustrated because of that. So there's like a luck element to it that's just not fun to deal with. Like, it seems like that'd be somewhat of a simple fix too, just make it pull the zombies, like, just a little bit less far. But what do I know? Bronto. Well, I guess I can cover it separately from Egg Pusher him here, because the Marsh Stomper ambush is really annoying. Like, it specifically works only in context of a conveyor level, or in a level, like, I don't know, I don't even like it in JMXX. I think it's too much. Because either it just kills a bunch of zombies, and then you're not engaging with the zombies at all, so what's the point? Or it kills a bunch of plants, and you get frustrated because you just lost a bunch of plants for literally no reason. And then the list of plants that's immune to it is just primal plants, because Jurassic Marsh, and then Tall Nut because reasons. Feels very arbitrary and not fun, and kind of like that list was just chosen for the sake of getting you to use more primal plants in Jurassic Marsh. Which, congratulations, you succeeded, but I don't like your methods. So yeah. I like it as an active threat and being something you can prevent or use as like a combo tool, I don't like it in context of it being an ambush. So, yeah, a little complicated, but not hard to understand once you get down to it, I guess. What else? What else? Oh, how could I forget? And Kylo. Everybody's favorite dinosaur. Sometimes he decides to hit the zombies into Column 4. Sometimes he decides to send a Gargantuar all the way to Column 2. There's no rhyme or reason to what Ankylosaurus does. There is no debating with him. There is no stopping him. He is there, he is a threat, and he will inevitably ruin your day. Especially when comboed with Bronto, he's annoying. But, oh well. I think the level design in Jurassic Marsh is also very hit or miss. Like, there's a 3-flag introduction to Fire Breather for some reason. And they introduce, like, a new special and dinosaur in every single level. Like, most of the time it feels like they're introducing 2 things at once. Which is weird. It feels like they crammed, a little too much into Jurassic Marsh, you know? I don't know. I guess you kind of have to do that when you have 5 dinosaurs and you need to include special zombies, but I don't know. I didn't even talk about the amber blocks yet, which are a stupid mechanic, and why did they exist? The only reason they're there is to make the early game a little bit more rushy in the off chance that the zombies end up going into the amber blocks early and they wall off all your, shooting plants. And also your catapults target them first for some reason, because reasons. They really shouldn't target them first, but they are, so there you go. Yeah. It can get annoying. So, I think my biggest problem, though, is probably just the level design. I think the score level could probably do with a score nerf. I mean, when I did it, I exceeded the score by a bit, but I had to restart a couple times just because I got unlucky, which is always my favorite mechanic in a tower defense game. But yeah. Same thing with the JMXX. I got unlucky on the first wave a few times and then I had to restart. So that's fun. I have a personal vengeance against the flower line one. It just feels unnecessarily cruel for no reason. Why is the flower line so far ahead? Why are you spawning in like 2 zombies on the first wave, one of which is a Jurassic Amp, which is one of the fastest zombies in the game? Whatever. If they wanted to be like that, they're like that. I think the base levels are whatever, I guess. Nothing super interesting going on with them. I don't know. Hey, Voidless. I realized like half an hour ago that the chat wasn't showing up on stream because I disabled it because of something else I was doing, so whoops on my end. See, it's reasons like this where I should be like, I need more beacons. So I should go kill wither skeletons, but I'm just like, that's boring. I hate going and killing wither skeletons because the nether sucks. I guess I could go kill more, though. Also, beacons are very expensive, even if you have double iron farm. Still is a lot to make a beacon. I get why people use emeralds primarily instead of iron. Yeah, all versus 1.7 update. Jurassic Marsh. I think it's... Can't use coal blocks. Not for beacons, no. It's iron, gold, diamond, emerald, netherite. Those are your 5 options. Take it or leave it. Because everybody would use copper otherwise. They wanted to make copper useful, maybe they should have done that. So, the tuff goes in here. Gravel goes over here. All that deep slate that I definitely need. Diamonds. Oh, this is iron, right? Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna go grab some fire res potions and head to the nether, I suppose. Fire res is here. I'll also take steak. Just in case, you know. Alright, to the fortress. So the fortress is over here. A bit of a ways past the portal. Yep, this is the nether fortress. So yeah, I was in the middle of doing this. And by this I mean completely removing the roof of the Nether Fortress so I could actually see what the heck is going on. Also, I guess that explains why there's so many ghasts, because Soul Sand Valley. Anyway. So now what I'm gonna do is set it to easy difficulty. Drink some fire res. And wait for some wither skellies. How did I get hit? Actually genuinely confused at what I got hit by. Oh my goodness. Bro, look at this absolute mess. See, there's 3 wither skellies right there. That's 1 skull, right? What? No skull? You serious? Oh, there's 2 withers over there. Going for it. Okay. Love to see it. Ow. Nobody cares about that. So we go up here. How many wither skellies are over here? Looks like a big fat 0. Nope, he's just gonna float over the void. Oh, here you are. Just like 3 skeletons sitting there. Just chilling out. No wither skellies though. There are so many blazes. Dude, that guy is just floating. Aha! Please die. Oh. No skulls. Round 2. Oh shoot, dude. Wither skelly. They're just fighting each other. Bro, blazes are snipers. No skulls. Well, they're still getting a lot of everything else. Dude. Okay. Got one. Dude. What'd I even do? Oh, F. That made that fight take way longer than it should have. There's so many zombie piglins here. Okay. Shoot. There we go. I got 2 wither skulls from that. It's actually pretty good. I actually do have enough to fight the wither. Again. I'm so stupid! This is the wrong pickaxe! I need an eye vendor. Pearls are over here. Spider eyes. This is pearls. Okay. There we go. And coal. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Ugh. This is so weird. I never did go back to the end and do the elevator. Alright, let's camp here for a bit until we get some more stacks of pumpkins. Then we can head to the end and make that elevator. Maybe add a few more flooring. A little bit more flooring, I should say. Proper English. And then that'll probably be all. But yeah, we got a lot done. We got some significant progress on the tub. We died like 4 times. We got the glass floor of the end started. We made another portal at 0, 0. Or around there, I guess. Very good progress on everything. I guess the one thing we didn't work on was the city, but really the tub works towards the city, so in a way we did work on it. I don't know. We didn't work on it directly. Indirect progress is still progress. I was about to say, like, I've been thinking about uploading the jukebox theme, but I don't want it to be like, you know, too self-promotion-y. But I'm just like, one of the first songs I uploaded was Cattail 2020 or 2021, so we've gone past the point of self-promotion. We almost got enough pumpkin stacks. I guess we could go now. We have the 6. Self-promotion is pretty cool. Yeah. Like, I can never claim to not have an ego. That's impossible for me to claim. You know what? It's just part of the brand at this point. I guess what's even funnier about my self-promotion is it's not like I tell people to subscribe or anything or to give me money. I don't even care about that. My self-promotion is like the most useless self-promotion ever. No promotion is necessary. True. If you're not confident in yourself, then what reason do other people have to be confident in you? Some people pay for it. Well, that's their own thing. I mean, I got nothing against giving somebody job security for that being their job, but I don't know. Ads on YouTube is paid self-promotion. That's not really self-promotion, though. Like, putting ads is not really self-promotion, I guess. If you make an ad, then that's self-promotion. Oh, if you're talking about ads in the sense of the companies that make ads, that's self-promotion, yeah. But that's a bad kind of self-promotion because all it does is make people hate you. Because, like, dude, I just want to watch my YouTube video. I don't care about your car. I don't care about your website. Sponsorships is a bit different. I guess people gotta eat or whatever, but don't be surprised if I never take a sponsorship out of sheer stubbornness. Because that is exactly the kind of thing that I would do. Actually, I should probably put the infinite water source here. Billboards are also paid self-promotion. Also true. Imagine putting out a billboard with your face on it, though. That's just funny. Just a billboard with your face, no text. Like, come on. Goodbye, piece of glass. You will not be missed. Oh wait, hold on. Just to make sure. And to not ruin my hand. I never really thought about it this way, but I guess the music that plays on stream is also technically self-promotion, because I did make that music. I don't know exactly what it's promoting, because I'm not selling it, but it is technically self-promotion. See, my ego is just so unconventional, to the point where it's just like, of course I do these things. I'm Cattail. and then I don't even think about it in like terms of how it would benefit me personally. I'm just like, that's just what I do. I don't know. Weird. Promoting something for self-gain. Yeah. Yeah. I do think I would add the asterisk, though, of that it doesn't have to necessarily have a negative connotation to it. That's why there's such a thing as shameless self-promotion. Like, did you know only, like, 0.2% of people are subscribed? And they're all from the Philippines for some reason? That's not true. I just felt like that would be a good joke for some reason. I don't know why specifically the Philippines. I don't actually even know where that is. I'm bad at geography. I'm more of a math kind of guy, you know? Not like calculus and stuff, though. That stuff's lame, but just regular math. Get seaweed? I mean, I could. And it would probably be faster, but... I mean, I'm already here, and I'm stubborn. I should remember to get seaweed whenever I do one of these things, though. Oh, right, hold on. What did I just do? Controls. Let's do hold for sneak. See, every time you go down, it's going to be a little bit faster. Should have just brought seaweed. Almost to the top, we say, as we're 6 blocks off the ground. That's fine. It'll be worth it. The whole point of this, by the way, is so I can use the end to make map pixel art. I'm smart. Why not go super far away? For what? Like doing it in the overworld? Well, a couple reasons. One is that the end isn't really going to be used for anything else. Like, there's nothing else here. There's literally nothing here. So, it makes it a lot easier to do. Two is that, you know, it's perfectly flat as a surface to work with. So I can use it on many different scales. And three, the whole main reason I did it was so I wouldn't actually have to make a black, like a pure black page. I could just use the actual void. Also, flying super far is annoying. I would just, like, prefer to have another portal to whatever location. But yeah, the way I see it, the overworld is gonna be all the builds. The nether is gonna be where all the transit is, and then the end is gonna be where all the pixel art stuff goes. That way it's nice and organized, you know? That way I don't have to worry about anything in the nether being like a huge mega build, or anything in the end, like transportation wise, I guess. I mean, the only thing in the end I actually want to make as a build is this center end island. I want to make like a whole glass, like, kind of space station kind of thing. But yeah, keeping everything organized that way. Plus, that way when I have like automatic farms and things, it just makes it a lot easier to organize where. Also, being able to spawn control the end is very nice, because all you have to do is place glass on top of everything and nothing gets to spawn there. There's no flying mobs that can ruin your day. Yeah. Did we go through a whole 6-minute song while I was doing that? This is another 6-minute song. Hopefully this one also isn't gone all the way through. Like, bruh. See, the worst thing possible would be if there's an end update and it just wipes everybody's end for no reason. And then all of this was for nothing. I guess the one farm I would have in the end would be an obsidian farm. But even then, do I really need an obsidian farm in the end? Couldn't I just make one in the overworld using cauldrons? I don't know, having to respawn the Ender Dragon every time I want to get some obsidian just seems like a lot of work, you know? Like, to respawn the Ender Dragon, you need, like, gas tiers, and... Like, do I really want to... like, do that? Literally, the only thing a gas farm would be useful for is literally for an obsidian farm. God, I don't even want to get into the whole Mojang updates thing. It's just... It's frankly embarrassing, but whatever. Who cares? I recently saw a video talking about the Education Edition. I'm just like, oh yeah, that's a thing. And then they were talking about how awful it is and how it's not even scientifically accurate. You know, despite primarily being focused on science. So, great job, Mojang. And you can't blame Microsoft for that one either, because there were spelling errors. That's not a Microsoft problem, that's a Mojang problem. I admit that Microsoft has their hands in a lot of things. I won't ever really forgive them for the Halo TV show, but, like, seriously. Like, you just need to defend that one. I didn't even know Education Edition was a paid-for subscription service. It's great. That should be all of it. We're gonna take one bucket extra just to be safe. Don't want to touch the vine, because if I touch the vine it might cancel my momentum and then bad things might happen. Alright, the test. Totally worth it. Let's go. Actually, what Y level is this? This actually needs to go up to 60. Because the fountain is at Y60 for whatever reason. I don't know why. Nope, not what I meant to do. Thanks for going back into the water, though, so I can just pick you up later. Yep. For some reason... See, the whole thing with modders being like, oh no, it's not as high quality as Mojang or whatever. I'm just like... See, 90% of the update development has to be going to specifically mobs and world generation. No, it can't even just be world generation, because they probably have an engine to make adding new biomes pretty seamless. They probably just throw it into the rotation. So it has to be going to specifically the mob development. Like, there's no other thing it could be going to. Because archaeology was basically finished for 3 years, and they didn't release it. So my theory is that whatever's going on with them is that there's just a really big problem they have in terms of actually finishing features. Because, like, they're adding the new copper and tough blocks, right? In the new update. Why wasn't tough bricks a thing before? We know from the Nether update that they just kind of slapped on the basalt delta without really thinking about it. And the only reason Caves and Cliffs was split into 2 parts is that they couldn't fix the new world generation, which is completely understandable. But, like, everything else... You gonna tell me that you can't add, like, 1 more new biome to the Nether? Or, like, you know, make it so that the netherite smithing upgrade doesn't exist because that was the dumbest addition in all of Minecraft? Like, my brother plays Minecraft constantly, and he already doesn't go for netherite because he hates the nether. But, like, this just makes it worse, right? This is basically just why. You know, I could go on a whole, like, 50-minute rant about the upgrade template and why it's the worst addition ever and why I hate it, but who cares? At least armor trims are cool. Also, I'm probably the one person in all of Minecraft who uses the clock regularly. And I will say clock supremacy. The clock is awesome, and I'm tired of pretending it's not. Actually, I never pretended it was not, but you get the point. should be able to buy overworld templates from villagers. See, actually, you know what? If they traded diamonds for templates, right? Say 5 diamonds for a template or whatever, that would actually be a good idea. But villagers are already kind of overtuned as is. So I don't know if adding on to that problem to fix another problem is really what we want to do. We don't want to kind of compound it. I do wandering traders is the answer, probably, actually. If you could trade like 5 diamonds for a random armor trim that's found in the overworld, probably with the exception of the deep dark ones, just because those ones seem to be relegated as special for whatever reason. But for any of the other ones, then yeah, just like a wandering trader, every single time just has a random one, but it's always guaranteed to give at least one as a trade. So if you pay 5 diamonds to get one in the first place, see, the whole reason I want you to pay diamonds to get them in the first place is because, you know, if you could just pay emeralds, then you would kidnap a wandering trader, make sure it can't despawn somehow. There's probably a way, like putting it in a boat or something, and then just buying it from him, you know, with emeralds. Because emeralds are an infinite resource that are ridiculously easy to get. So you would kind of need diamonds to be required in the transaction. Just to what degree, I don't know. But, you know, that also means that if you find them, you don't need to pay the initial price in the first place. So that's an incentive to go find them early game. And then late game, you know, if you don't want to go exploring, or maybe your world already is explored a lot and you just didn't find any, you can just use wandering traders. See, Mojang, in like 5 minutes, I came up with a solution to one of the stupid problems you came up with. Make it 10 diamonds? Yeah, that's probably fair. It probably should be more than the cost to duplicate it, huh? See, look at that. We identified the problem, we presented a solution that also helps fix another feature that players don't use. And, on top of all of that, we didn't have to make any changes to pre-existing generation or loot tables. All we did was add something. Look at that. And that's a ridiculously easy solution. All you need to do is add a trade to a wandering trader. That's it. See, this is the kind of thing that makes me question like what Mojang is doing all the time, because there can't be that many bugs to fix. There can't be that many bugs to fix, right? You're gonna tell me the tough bricks crafting recipe broke the game somehow? I don't know. You know, this might be a controversial opinion, but I actually think 1.20 is, like, a not very good update at all. Like, the only thing it added of value is armor trims, but even then, that came at the price of netherite. So I don't think it was a fair trade. I'm not even sure it was a worthwhile trade, but I guess time will tell. I don't know. Also, you know, it'd be really funny. Like, they have no reason to do this, but it would be really funny, is if they made the Warden drop up netherite upgrade templates. That would just be really funny. Maybe it could also drop, like, the other two armor trims or something, but, like, I don't know. I think that would be hilarious. Never seen a camel? I haven't either. I've never seen a camel. What even else was in 1.20? I was like, frogs. Nope, that was 1.19. Oh, archaeology. Right. I've not really interacted with the pottery at all. I mean, armor trims are in 1.20, but whatever. I already explained my problems with them. I mean, I'm actually not opposed to the trail ruins. I think the sniffer is dumb, and I'm never going to go for it unless they add new drops for the sniffer. They literally had a second flower that was in development, and they just dropped it. And also, torch flowers don't give off light. You know, maybe they should have made it so you could get tridents as a rare drop from, you know, archaeology in Ocean Ruins. That would have been a good change. Also, it means that you could finally get tridents in Peaceful, because, you know, that's always something I'm looking out for. Can Peaceful players get this item? They still don't have a way to get blaze rods. Peaceful players cannot technically beat the game because they cannot get blaze rods, which means they can't go to the end, which means they'll also never get an elytra. Also, that means they can't use ender chests or interact with the potion system in any meaningful way. Look at all this stuff that's gate capped behind a simple item. I mean, I don't know what the solution I'd propose to fix that is, but maybe have blaze rods drop in, what is it? Nether Fortress chests? That doesn't really fix the problem, though. There needs to be a renewable way to get them in Peaceful. But it has to be difficult, on par with, like, you know, Nether Fortress and whatnot. So, because you can't have it outclass just going to a Nether Fortress. But fighting the blazes should be the optimal way to get them. You know, it's kind of like how you can get bones from killing fish. Can you get bones from killing fish in Java? I don't know. But you can get bones from killing fish. But why would you do that if you could just kill skeletons, right? If you need bones, you're going to go kill skeletons. But if you're playing on Peaceful, you can't do that, so you got to go kill fish. But it's completely inefficient. But it's an option. Craft them with magma blocks and sticks. What, like 3 sticks and 4 magma blocks gives you a blaze rod? That's actually not a bad idea, because that's a very costly crafting recipe for 1 blaze rod, but it still allows you to use them. And it doesn't you still have to basically go to the it doesn't require you to go to the nether, though, because magma blocks spawn in the overworld, which is kind of an I think I got enough endstone. You should be required to go to the nether to get them, but I'm like wondering what you could use. 1 stick, 8 magma blocks? Maybe, but I'm like thinking what nether specific items could you have to use to get them, right? That's what I'm thinking. Actually, fire charges would be an interesting crafting item for them. Hold on. Hold up, I actually have a crafting recipe idea. I'm out of 6, but I can just craft one. Where's my magma blocks? Look at this, actually. There. There's your blaze rod. Let's actually look at fire charge. What do you even use to craft this thing? If it requires blaze powder, I'm gonna be upset. Oh my god, it requires blaze powder. That's hilarious, but that doesn't help us. Well, unfortunately, fire charges cannot be used in the crafting recipe because for some stupid reason they require blaze rods to craft. When was the last time you crafted a fire charge? When was the last time you crafted a fire charge? Yeah, what? I'm actually... What is it? Fire charge? Yeah. Coal, gunpowder. You know what they should do? Replace blaze powder with flint. Replace this with flint, and then you can do the other recipe. Other recipe. Fire charge 2 sticks, 6 magma blocks. Because why is it blaze powder? Why is it blaze powder? If it was flint, it would actually make sense, and it would give another use to flint. And you would actually want to craft fire charges. Bruh. Did we just fix fire charges too? We fixed blaze rods, fire charges, and gave an additional use to flint. Oh my god. We're on a roll. Anyway, I've gone like way over the time limit here, but you know what? We were busy saving Minecraft, I guess. Yeah. One of those 6 were replaced by soul sand. Soul sand for blaze rods. I don't think it should be required. I think the sticks should both be there because it's got to keep the rod shape, you know. Also, the soul sand doesn't really fit in the recipe, but I don't know. I guess what makes that interesting is you technically still don't need to go to the nether to get any of those materials, but getting gunpowder in Peaceful is also really hard. Because, like, the best way to get gunpowder in Peaceful is from wandering traders. Otherwise, you have to find it in loot chests, and that's rough. So that makes gunpowder in Peaceful really valuable. I wonder if that would change speedrunning at all. I mean, technically not, since you need to go to the Bastion anyway to get pearls, because it's still the fastest way to get them. And I imagine grinding out coal and gunpowder would be a lot slower than just going to the fortress, so... I don't think it would change speedrunning that much, no. Plus, you need the magma blocks, so... Yeah. Anyway, I think we're gonna end it here. It was really good talking to you, Voidless. Thanks for sticking along. No. No. Song. Song, cooperate. Anyway. Got to sign off. Bye.